Amy, I'm making a gluten-free dish today. That seems to be the new buzzword, but gluten-free is nothing new. And gluten-free is nothing to be afraid of because it's all about vegetables and fresh fruits and good wholesome meats and organic products. In this pan, I have some garlic, onion, and celery that I've sauteed. And this is already starting to sweat. So from there, I'm going to add, and you can add any vegetable that you like. I'm going to add some nice butternut squash. Roasted this off just to reduce our cooking time. And in the pan, I had a little bit of olive oil, sauteing in a little bit of olive oil. That always seems to be the one of choice for me. This is not only is this going to be gluten-free, but it's also going to be a vegetarian dish. So once we get our squashes in there, then we're going to add some nice cauliflower. And remember, I already have the onion, garlic, and celery in here. Add our cauliflower, turn our heat up a little bit. I'm going to add some peas to this. Now basically what we would do is put the top on, let this steam for a little bit, but in order to save a little bit of time, we will just start making our sauce in a few seconds. So once my vegetables have already steamed and they're nice and al dente, and again, I don't want these vegetables to cook too long, I'm going to push them to the side. So you really, even if you don't have a lot of vegetables in the pan, you want to have some room in the pan where you can make your sauce. So I'm going to make my sauce out of coconut milk. Again, we talked about people that have some allergies, some nut allergies. Obviously, you're not going to use coconut milk. At this point, you can use some half and half. You could use some Greek yogurt in here. You could use whole milk yogurt. And this is where my sauce is going to come in. I am using the coconut milk. It was funny, I went in the Mexican food aisle and found the coconut milk for $1.99 and went in the Asian aisle and I found the coconut milk to be $2.99. So one aisle over, it's $1 more. So kind of watch that. Especially when you're on a budget, people want to keep things in check with pricing. I'm going to add some organic peanut butter. Now I always buy the chunky. You can use creamy. You can use the one with no salt. I'm going to use a couple tablespoons of peanut butter. Again, if you have those nut allergies, you could use sunflower butter. In here you could use tahini would work. And that's sesame. That's sesame. Now my sauce is coming together. Just cook our sauce a little bit. This has a lovely, lovely flavor. And then to that, I'm going to add a little bit of amino acid. Amino acid is a natural soy sauce alternative. The company is called Bragg. You'll find it in every grocery store in Green Bay. It is definitely the product you want to be using. I do not recommend people use soy sauce anymore. The amount of sodium in this is so much less. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon, and you'll have the recipe with the amounts, just to give it a nice flavor. Now you can see my sauce is starting to thicken. My vegetables are still cooking. Once everybody's in here nice, now we'll start to incorporate our vegetables into our dish. See how that's thickening naturally? So obviously we've used no flour because that has gluten. You could add some chopped herbs on top of here. You could add some cilantro, some chives. But what I've chosen to do is I've got some organic peas. Now the thing about frozen peas, don't cook frozen peas. They don't need to be cooked. All you need to do is rinse them with a little bit of boiling water and they're done. So you don't want those peas to change from this beautiful green to that gray-green color. I think that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't like peas. throw our peas in here. I wish you could smell how good this smells. This peanut butter and the coconut milk, and of course the onion and garlic alone is amazing. And we can cook this for a while. If you want this to be a complete protein, you could add some nice eggs on the top. Fry a couple of organic eggs and put those on top. Eggs are really taking the restaurants by storm. They're not just for breakfast anymore. You can also add, again, a piece of grilled chicken. You could add a piece of grilled fish, salmon, whatever, or nothing. It's just a great dish just like this. Again, for those gluten-free people, maybe a nice rice or quinoa underneath, and then put your stew over the top. So I'm going to just take it over here and plate it up for you. And I partnered this up with a little bit of kale and some fresh avocado. This is a very, very good and nutritional treat. I'm sure your viewers are going to love it. Enjoy.